Hi there, and welcome to KA Radio's special little interview with this wonderful guest. It's Blair Gilmour, who's been appearing on The Voice Children's Edition. How you doing, Blair?
I'm good, yeah. How about you?
Yeah, brilliant, brilliant. It's it's brilliant to see some local talent getting picked up for the national programmes like these. How did you you get onto the programme, and who made you do it?
Well, I was actually out busking up in Glasgow, and this lady for the Buskers Glasgow page came up to me and asked if she could record me and put me on her page. And I said, yeah, sure, that's fine. And that was all good. Went home, and then the next week we got a call from a random number, and they were saying that they're behind the scenes of The Voice Kids UK, and they wanted me to go down to London for the A&R auditions.
Excellent, and must have been a strange phone call, was it? Yeah.
It was. We didn't believe it at first, so we were just like, "Oh, right, okay, yeah." And then, obviously hung up because we thought it was a scam. And then they kept on phoning us back, and they we're real.
It's not a scam, honest. I bet you're glad you took the word on that this time round, huh?
Yeah.
So you went to the auditions, and how did you find the auditions? Was it quite daunting, or?
It was a feeling that I've never had before. It was like not. It was a bit of anxiety because I was like, I don't know what's gonna happen when I walk through those doors, yeah. And then it was nerves as well. It's just a mixture of things.
Yeah, and of course there's so much goes on behind the scenes at these things, isn't there?
Yeah.
What people see is the finished product on their
Mhm.
TV screens, and but what you've experienced is it must have given you a bit of an eye opener. Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. So I've seen the clip of your first formal one in front of the judges, and how were you feeling at that point?
At the blind auditions.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
first blind one.
I was excited to be there, but before I went on stage, I was really, really nervous. Like I was shaking like mad, but when I started to sing, the nerves just kind of went away, and I was like, "All right, okay, this isn't too bad."
Yeah, it really looked as though you were just oozing confidence as it appeared, and I was pleasantly surprised that one of the judges, the one called Danny, um, he was so enthusiastic, and it must have been strange. Did Were you watching the judges as you were playing, or were you trying not to, or what?
I was obviously like checking to see if any of them turned like every 2 seconds, but I was more focused on how I sounded and like to make sure I was like not going off key or anything.
Yeah, of course. And what point did you notice that Danny had turned around?
Um, it was near the end, like not quite at the end. It was near the end. I'd closed my eyes and Danny hadn't turned around, and he obviously turned around when my eyes were closed, and then I opened my eyes and he was just there, and I was like, "Whoa, right, okay."
And were you able to hear over the other noise what he was saying to the other judges at the time, or did you get to watch the clip afterwards?
No, I couldn't hear anything that was going on down there when I was singing.
Yeah, well, it's a lot of pressure when you're up there anyway. He was actively encouraging the other judges, saying they were missing out.
I saw that, yeah.
You don't get much more of a compliment than that. So from there you went on to pick a mentor, and it was Danny you picked, wasn't it?
Yeah, Danny.
Yeah. What made you pick Danny?
Well, it's like me and Danny. I felt as if we had the most in common compared to other judges. You know, the guitar, the frontman thing. You know, all that going on, and it's more. He's just a nice guy in general.
Yeah, it certainly appears that. And from what the viewers have seen so far, what stage are you at now? Where are you, what's the next stage in the competition?
Well, right now I'm heading to the semi-finals, so
That's brilliant news. And when will the semi-finals be aired on TV?
next Saturday. Next Saturday, yeah, next Saturday.
Excellent. Right. That's on ITV. Is it 7:30 or something?
7:25 in ITV or STV.
Right.
Both of them.
Excellent. So the experiences that you've had with the show so far, what do you think you can take away from it that will be beneficial to your future career?
The confidence that I gained from being on the show, and like the things that the coaches had said to me, that all the nice comments and stuff, the confidence that I didn't have when I was on stage compared to like now, that's something that I've taken away. And some tips that the coaches, well, Danny gave me.
Yeah, there'll be an absolute wealth of knowledge, and that's, cling on to every word, because they're the people who know what they're talking about. They've been through all this before. So you're understand that you're recording your own album just now, is that right? Or have you recorded it? Or is that what it is?
I'm currently, I wouldn't stretch it to an album, not quite yet, no. But I am recording quite a few songs of my own, yeah.
Good.
So I'll hopefully have them out.
That's with the first one, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What songs are you working on just now then?
I'm working on an original called She's Mine.
Ooh, right. Okay. And what's is there a storyline behind the lyrics, or?
It's just kind of, if you're with someone and they're not, like they're self-conscious a lot, like, and they're always worrying that you're gonna leave them, like, no, I'm here, like, you have me and stuff like that,
Yeah, excellent.
It's so cheesy, but like it works.
Brilliant. And when do you think that'll be ready for release?
Hopefully by Christmas. I'll set it for Christmas going into the new year.
Excellent. Be a good chance to, get back out there, and it's a good season for gigging as well. You'll get lots of people there.
Yeah.
So what inspired you all those years ago to get involved in music in the first place?
Well, I only I started drumming like 6 years ago, and that was by the music group or the music school that came to my primary school, and we were at an assembly and they were playing to, like, obviously show young people what they can offer and how fun music can be. And I went along and I started playing drums, and I found that it helped reduce my Tourette's. And that's really how I got into music. And then I started playing guitar and singing a year ago, the beginning of last year. And it's just went from there, really.
Yeah, I know that when I met your dad, he was singing your praises. I have to admit, right, working in the radio industry, it's like I get that all the time. Oh, you should hear my songs, you know, and this, that, and the next thing. And you know, at first it kind of goes over your head, and you pay compliments. Sorry, Tony, if you're listening, but you know, I actually ended up. I heard you a couple of venues that I happened to be at, and yeah, you know, your dad wasn't lying. You've definitely got talent. So what
Thank
role?
you.
Just seeing as we've put your parents in the spotlight, what role have they played in getting you to where you are now?
Oh, they've been with me through it all. They've been with me when I was playing the smallest venues to, you know, the Voice Kids. They've been there by my side. They've taken me to, you know, every single gig that I've been at. They've bought me gear to help me, and I've went out busking to repay them, and they've just been there for me all the time,
Excellent,
and
excellent.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, and I'm sure they appreciate someone like you with the talent you've got. Well, that's been absolutely fantastic. We're certainly going to be looking forward to your next round. And remind me again when that is. That
It's this Saturday coming. Yeah,
8:25 on ITV and
7, yeah.
right. We'll be tuning in and we'll hear from you again. Thank you.
Cool. Thank you. Cheers.